What's up, guys? In this video we're going to be looking at the top 3 stocks and penny stocks that are in the healthcare sector that have significant potential to break out to the upside. Now, these companies are actively working on to provide solutions for the current pandemic that we're experiencing right now. So they're working on vaccines. So we're going to be looking at exactly what kind of vaccines they're working on, what price point that we can get involved in these specific companies. I'm also going to be going over exactly what happened in the stock market today and what is the potential economic reports that's going to be reported tomorrow that can affect the stock market to the upside or to the downside significantly. So I'm going to go over all this information in this video. So make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so before we get into the video, make sure you like the video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and you have any questions, make sure you drop it in the comment section below, guys. So the few of the companies that I'm going to be covering is going to be the ones that I already covered a few months ago in May. You can go check out that video. These stocks significantly moved to the upside, but right now they're also kind of setting up to break out to the upside. I'm going to be going over exactly what the setup is, what can be the price point that we can use as a risk support area to get involved in this specific stock, guys. So the first company we're going to be looking at is going to be Vxrt. So now this company, I also covered it in a few videos ago, that it break out to the upside significantly. So now it kind of bouncing back to the upside too. So this is basically what the website of this company is. They specialize in oral vaccines, so that is their main focus, is to provide solutions. You know, the majority of other vaccines, you know, they have to use needles, but this just specializes on oral, so that's what makes it super special. So they use oral recombinant vaccines. And, you know, some of the press release that released recently that kind of affected the stock is, one of the news that spiked the stock to the upside is that, you know, they got selected by the US government to kind of expedite the process and to do more research on their vaccines, guys. So now let's look at exactly what is the potential for this company, guys. So as you can see over here, guys, so we covered this stock when it broke out of the $6 area. It went to $14. It came back to the kind of like the resistance area that it broke out of, kind of the support area, which is the $6, and now it's kind of bouncing back to the upside. Now it's at $8.57. So there's a potential for us to risk off of the $6 area if it pulls back in the next few days. Now we have a significant price point that we can use as an area of support. If the stock decides to pull back, we can risk off of that level for potential for it to re-spike again to $14, even break out of that area. So this is setting up to be a good opportunity in the short term, since it kind of held the area that it broke out of. So that is a good when it comes to using technicals. So that is why the setup is pretty good. And also, this company is actually being compared to another company in the same sector. I'm going to be talking about it in a little bit. The other company is VBI Vaccine. So when you do comparison between these two companies, as I mentioned, Vxrt specializes in oral vaccines, but the other company, ticker symbol VBIV, which is currently a penny stock. Of course, Vxrt also used to be a penny stock, but it broke out of that area. Right now it's sitting at $8. So VBIV is also a penny stock. But what this company does, it's a Canadian company that is collaborating with the National Research Council of Canada to develop a coronavirus vaccine candidate. So this vaccine would target not only COVID-19, but also 2 members of the coronavirus family, severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS, and Middle East respiratory syndrome, MER. As you can see over here from their website, the vaccine innovation, so their mission goal is to developing a next generation of vaccines and immunotherapy to address unmet needs in infection disease and immuno-oncology. So that is their goal, that's their mission. Now let's look at the important price point levels that we can use, and let's do a basic analysis of this company. So as you can see over here, the average volume for this company is 11 million shares, but today it traded significantly higher, which is 22 million shares traded. And as you can see, the 1-year price target estimate is $8.25. You know, so there's a good upside potential for this company, but it's currently a penny stock, even though it kind of went up significantly today due to the announcement of that significant news. There is potential for this company because the 1-year estimate also stating that it could potentially go to $8.25. So when you look at the overall chart, also it kind of break out of, you know, the $2 area, pull back to $2. So this area acted as a support area, and it kind of bounced again to the $3 area, and it kind of broke out of the $3 area, pull back. So it's a classic, you know, the technical, if you are using technical analysis to trade this stock, you know, it's giving us a very clean breakouts and pullbacks to add to the position if you decide to trade this company. So right now a breakout of the $3 area, that's why I kind of like it. So it's currently looking at that. It's going to potentially break the $3.50 area if it can hold above the $3 area. So we can use the $3 area as a support and use it as a potential, to trade it to the upside by risking the $3 area. As you can see over here, also the share outstanding of the company is 230 million shares. The share of the float is 150 million shares, and there's been a lot of insider transaction happening. So the insider ownership of this company is 5.26% of the shares are held by insiders, and they've been doing a lot of transactions, and institutional ownership is also relatively higher. So that is a good thing to see. There's 44% of this company is owned by, hedge funds or banks and major companies. So that is good thing to see that 44% of the share is held like that. Now let's move on to the third stock. Before we get on to the third stock, guys, and make sure you like the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and if you have any questions, make sure you drop it in the comment section below, guys. The third company is also a penny stock, eventually broke out significantly to the upside today. As you can see over here, the company is a low float company, which is the share of the float is very, very small. So it's 23.24 million shares only available, but institution owns 75% of this company. So that is a good sign when you're looking at these companies. So as you can see over here, the main news that kind of make this company to break out to the upside is they launch an early stage trial for the coronavirus treatment. So this is basically what caused the stock to spike up significantly to the upside. So the shares soared 81.2% in trading on Tuesday after the company said it launched an open label phase 1 clinical trial testing an experimental monoclonal antibody as a treatment for COVID-19. The US-based study plans to enroll up to 30 participants with mid to moderate symptoms, so they're actually going to be treating it and trying it out with people that are actually sick, because since it's kind of like a treatment, they need patients that are actually sick, so that is going to be one of the things that they have to do. They have to work on it. So that's why the stock significantly gapped up to the upside. As you can see from their website, their mission is to bring ingenuity to drug development, and they're on the headlines of their website. You can see over here, they're stating that we're developing a unique immunomodulatory antibody to treat COVID-19 patients. So that is the main statement that this company is focusing on right now. So that is their mission. They're focusing to fight, the pandemic, so that is a good thing. The point that we can use is going to be the $4 area that it kind of acted as like a resistance price point over here. So it kind of broke out of that area. It's currently sitting at $4.96. So broke out to the upside a lot. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen within the next few days to see exactly which levels that we can use as support and resistance to get involved in this specific stock. But right now, it just broke out to the upside significantly. So it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere to get involved in this specific stock, but keep an eye on it within the next few days, a few weeks. It can definitely tell us exactly what area that is kind of respecting the price point that it respects as support and resistance, so we can use to get involved in this specific company, guys. But now let's move on to the other company, guys. Alright guys, so the other company you're going to be looking at is going to be ticker symbol DVA. I covered this company several times in my previous video, guys. So it currently is sitting above the $8 mark and is kind of testing above the $9 area, kind of broke out and kind of pulled back. I like this stock because it is setting up. There's going to be good resistance, support resistance level price points that we can use to get involved in this company. As you can see over here, I broke out of the $8 mark. It went to $9, kind of pulled back to $8, and now it's kind of sitting around. It's respecting the area of $8, so that is really important to look at. So you can definitely risk this area as a support area and use it at that level since it's respecting it, and it could potentially break out again to the upside, and also we covered that this is heavily institution ownership, and when you look at their website too, their main goal is protecting for an unpredictable world. So that's the main goal. So they are developing cutting-edge vaccines by utilizing our innovative adjuvant technology and our expertise of toll-like receptors, TLR biology, to modulate the immune system. So that is their main goal that they have in this specific time. So they kind of release some of their reports over here too if you want to go and visit their website, like their developments. And they also have hepatitis V vaccines, that adjuvant that they developed. That is their main, that's what they're known for. But they kind of partner with other companies to provide technology to them so they can work together to provide some of the technology and some of the vaccines to expedite the process to produce a vaccine. So one of the news that came out on June 19, we covered it, is that they announced the first participant dose in phase 1 clinical trial evaluating Clover Biopharmaceuticals COVID-19 S-Tremor vaccine candidate with CpG 1018 adjuvant. So I covered this specific topic on June when it kind of this press release came out, and the stock shot up to $9. So now it's kind of respecting the levels, and it's kind of setting up, to go to the upside, guys. So keep an eye on this specific stock. A good risk reward. It could potentially break out to the upside, guys. Now let's look into the last and final stock. It's going to be ticker symbol HEPA. This is a penny stock, and it broke out of the $3 area and shot up to $4.12. As you can see over here, the share of the float is 6 million, so it's very, very small. It's very, very light flow, so this is super risky. It can definitely, the price can fluctuate up and down significantly, but as you can see, if it breaks out to the upside, it can have a continuation day, so it can significantly have multiple days of run to the upside. So that's why I kind of included in this specific video. So one of the reasons why this company spiked to the upside today is that the drugs that they have actually, it's found to be helpful compared to other drugs that are out there to kind of treat people that are significantly sick. So as you can see over here, these are like 3 of the most important things that this company drug can definitely help. For example, if their lungs are kind of getting damaged, when they actually, treat with this specific drug, it actually, helps the patients to recover. And also this offers the drug opportunity to treat both viral infections and leg inflammations caused by the pandemic virus, which is COVID-19. So this company drug actually helps that when they actually did a study, preclinical study. So that's why the company spiked up to the upside. But this is not like a main candidate that is going to provide solutions for the pandemic. So this is just going to be like an extra to treat people that are super sick, so that is why this stock actually spiked up to the upside, guys. But keep an eye on this stock. It can have a continuation date to the upside. But now let's look at the overall stock market, guys. As you can see, guys, the stock market had a pullback. We had an amazing day yesterday with like Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, the entire, tech sector leading the way, the NASDAQ getting all-time highs, but now today we had a pullback. The only stock that was significantly stronger was Walmart. It went up 6.78%. Mainly because they announced that they're going to have some kind of subscription service that's going to be like $98. That is going to be similar just like Amazon, where you can get like deliveries and things like that. So that's why the stock, spiked up significantly, and it took the entire sector with it. The consumer defensive sector, with it. So you got Costco also having a positive day because of that too. So, but the overall market kind of was lagging, and it went down to the downside, of pullback. You see the financial sectors, you got the energy sector pulling back, the healthcare sector pulling back, so that's exactly what happened today. So we'll see what's going to happen, if we're going to have a continuation for tomorrow. But the important news that we talked about yesterday that I was going to report it was the job openings for the month of May. The previous one was 5 million, and actually the actual one for the month of May was actually higher compared to the previous month, so it was 5.4 million. So at 10 a.m. with this kind of report, the stock market was going to the upside, but it did not actually, this news did not actually help out to kind of sustain, the momentum for these stocks to kind of stay above that price point. Even though we opened up below, we gapped up today, but we kind of tried to go to the upside, but it didn't kind of hold, So the other important news that's going to potentially affect the stock market for tomorrow, it's going to be reported at 3 p.m. So the report is going to be about the consumer credit. It's going to be for the period of May. So the previous one was minus 69 billion. So we're going to see exactly if this is going to potentially affect it. But since the stock market is going to be closed by the time this kind of reports comes out, so that's not going to be that significant effect on it. Maybe the next day we might see, gap up and gap down. So if you have positions that you're going to hold overnight, so be super careful with this, because this could potentially affect the stock market for, tomorrow and the next day, guys. So be super careful, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you enjoyed this channel, make sure you like it. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And if you have any questions, make sure you drop it in the comment section below. But I'll catch you guys on the next video. Have a wonderful day.